It is 6:45, we'll start the building committee. 2.1, SPCIC project updates. Coach Saldaña.
So Mr. Saldaña will be walking us through some of those updates right now.
Yes, ma'am.
Go, Coach.
Good evening, Mr. Moreno, Board President, fellow board members, Mr. Servillon. You can see on the slide right there. We're going to have some pictures from Veteran Memorial Academy. You can see there the fence line as it's coming along is really starting to look really nice. They're still not completed, but we wanted to show you some of the progress that is going on at VMA, and I will elaborate on that project toward the end. The next slides we have is the tennis courts at Riverside Middle School. I'm happy to say that it should be completed tomorrow, as per the representative from Hellas. So we are looking forward to it. Of course, they'll be through with that. The landscaping and stuff will be done later, but the actual tennis court itself is scheduled to be completed tomorrow. Monday. Those will come on afterwards, a little bit afterwards, but we'll put the sidewalk and the two lights to the sidewalk. But as far as this major component of the project should be completed tomorrow. We're scheduled Monday morning to do a walkthrough and a punch-out list with Hellas. So hopefully there isn't any type of concerns, but if there is, they're ready to rectify them as soon as possible. So we've been in constant communication with them, so it's glad to see that project has almost come to its fruition. Any questions on the Riverside? Okay, next, let me give you a rundown on the fence progress. As you can see up there, the Judge Oscar De La Fuente fence relocation is complete. This particular project was started with the previous administration a while back, and we were able to get it started, and the purchase order has already been submitted, and the fence portion located at 8 feet high, chain link, G gauge is all the way around. There was concerns at the very back on the regular fence that we have, because there's a gap, but we were able to go put some fill-in dirt and some anchors and things of that nature to try to bring the fence down. But that is the original fence that's there. As far as what we purchased is up and ready to go, and what they're doing right now, they're working on the drainage. They completed one side, and they should finish up the other one tomorrow on the other side. And then once that's done, of course, they'll do their final touches, and it should look great for our students and faculty and staff.
Do you want to give them, not to interrupt you, do you want to give them a little background on the Judge Oscar De La Fuente? Because that began in 2017, the agreement.
With the county, that land was purchased by the county. They're making an expansion on their particular road. They're making it wider. It was not supposed to start till December. And they called us, actually, what's today, Thursday? On Tuesday morning, they were going to start, and it was like, well, wait a minute, you said December. But either way, like I said, this project started in 2017, I believe. So 2017, and it's been there. It's been there. But finally, when we came on board, we finally got it going, and we're just looking forward to completing that particular project. It really does look nice. So if you do have an opportunity, I know Mr. Silva's gone to see it. So it really does look nice. The next thing that we're gonna need is for the future that we're gonna come and approach the board is another parking lot. Because we did lose some slots there. So we're going to have to get on that maybe in the spring, so we start planning for next year, so we can budget and come up with, some specs and a plan for that particular parking lot.
One on San Houston or the side?
This side.
The one on the side.
So let me give you a little bit of background, because this happened in 2017, July of 2017. I had Ms. Mata go back and research. So in 2017, Cameron County, we sold them land because they were going to expand the road. They paid $83,000 to the district. We found the check, et cetera, all the documentation. At that time, we don't know why, but until 2022, when we bumped into the project, really, that's how it
We just got a
ended.
phone call. They actually just called and said, hey, we had no earthly idea what they were talking about.
So we didn't, the way we found out was through Cameron County. We did research, and when Ms. Mata went back to 2017, we found the paperwork. We found, the board did approve it, and So at that point, I guess we hadn't made any movement until the county said, guess what, we're gonna knock down your fence if you don't move. So quickly, Mr. Saldana, Mr. Flores, the maintenance department, just ensured that we move that fence as soon as possible. So the fence has been moved, but that is going to mean we have to change how our buses go in and out, and then we are going to have some relocation of parking lot. So we've already expended about 27,000 of the 83,000. And so with the remainder, we're gonna see if we can, I don't know how much we can do with that money to pave and have a parking lot and then reroute that.
And do we have space on that side for more parking lot? Because I know.
Yes, we have a lot of
It'll
space.
be on as you face the campus, on the left side, that big old square that's there, where the buses do the turnaround,
On
or
the
the
west
parents,
side, right.
where the parents do the turnaround. That section that goes to the project fence.
If I-
That's really the only place we have,
Gotcha.
unless we go to the field side, but that's too far. That's way too far.
I think one of the major concerns in that area, and I mean, for me as a parent, and a lot of parents that have their kids going to that school, I think it's the speed of the cars in front of that
Yes.
school. We have very little access.
Yep.
You know, I think it's pretty scary there, to be honest with you.
That
I know that-
concern has been brought up many times, and, you know, when I was in charge of safety for the last 3-4 years, we did bring up that concern several times to administration up here, because it is very dangerous. You have a long line of cars in emergency lane.
Yeah.
We do have our school PD in the morning with their flashers when they're available. Sometimes we have our constable there when they are available. They can't be there every day. We understand it, but we do try to slow down traffic. But if you're ever there in the morning, it's almost impossible.
Right, I think there was
Everybody's in a hurry.
Right, and I know we can't dictate what the state does, but, you know, I know there was discussions in the past about seeing if they can reduce, but I don't think it's a speed
Well,
limit.
no,
But you can't do, I mean,
we've gone before Text Dot.
Right,
My
yeah.
first year as student services.
yeah, okay.
And some kind of law, there was a provision, we couldn't do it. One of the options that we talked about, but it never went beyond that, was on that emergency lane to, since we owned the property
right.
before, have an indention in to get all those cars out of the emergency lane.
Right.
Because when you're on your way out, you really can't see
You
to your
can't-
left
right.
because of all the cars that are in line. So it is very dangerous, every attempt that a parent is coming out in the morning, because they really can't see to their left. So if there's any way that, you know, if Text Dot will let us make that road wider there to give us better visibility.
Right.
Even if it's just 5 or 6 cars, at least the people making that left into town have a better sight.
Right.
Of what's
So
on
that's
that other
Ramsey
side.
Road, right?
Excuse me?
It's Ramsey.
Ramsey Road is the one where they put the new fence. The one I'm talking about is Sam Houston.
And I think that this also gives us time to strategically see how we exit and enter, you know, that parking lot, and where we're gonna strategically also place a parking lot, and how we're going to allow the buses to have more visibility and more leeway. We can try again to petition. And see if, bringing up our documentation, we can prove that the speed is a hindrance to our children and our, you know.
Yes. We
Our
will
staff.
definitely make an attempt to reach, or we will make contact with them and see what we can do to. Yeah, but, you know, all we can do is try again and just stress the safety of our students and our faculty and our staff and our parents, you know, so it's worth a try. Any other questions on there?
Did you ever hear anything back from TxDOT? I had talked to them when they had the town hall for the parents.
No, ma'am. Mr. Flores has not mentioned anything. He has not heard anything, because he's pretty good about giving me feedback on everything that he's on top of, and he's very thorough. So I have not heard, but I will touch base with him and see where we're at with that particular meeting, what resulted, if anything. And we can let the board know, you know, at the next meeting.
I had mentioned to them about Bentry, that they've had several accidents out there.
Yeah.
Cars crashing into our school buses and the
That's another
issues
area
there.
that's very dangerous, because you're on that curve and to turn in, and we as a district know where our hot spots are. It's just we're not getting the cooperation from the other entities. It's not like we're not aware, we are aware, but, you know, they have to hear us out and be proactive, so we can prevent anything from happening. but we have reached out.
I let them know about La Encantada also and Rangerville
Yes.
situation,
Well, thank you,
so I'm
Ms.
glad y'all are bringing up the
Yes,
VMA situation too.
Well, just to comment on that, the whole Bentry, whatever situation, whoever brought it up was a pretty good idea, because they put a stoplight there now, so there's a light.
Yeah.
So it's, I
It
think
has-
it's
it
great.
has
I think
helped,
it's,
yeah. It
because
has
there was a lot of issues and a lot of accidents.
Yeah.
I live close by there, so yeah, there was a lot of, but yeah, they put a light now, so I think it's safer.
So there you go, Ms. Lopez, they did listen to you because you're the one that brought it up. So,
There you go.
awesome, good job.
Yeah,
I've been fighting for a couple of years and I will keep fighting.
there you go, thank you. Any other questions there? The VMA fence is currently in progress. The fence posts have been, can you go back? I'm sorry. Fence posts have been placed. Black vinyl chain link will be placed by next week. The montage fence has been placed in front of VMA. The Hurricane Fence Company is working on the gate doors and completion prior to Thanksgiving pending weather. So we're getting toward the end. It's been a lot of hard work. I give kudos to Mr. Flores. He has a passion for what he does. We're very fortunate to have him on our team. And he is very meticulous, so it's good because he's gonna make sure that everything is done to ensure the safety of our students and staff. Upcoming possible projects, the high school fencing to provide the campus a more secure feel. Fencing quotes accepted from 3 vendors. Fence plans will have black montage at the front of the campus and by courtyards. Black vinyl coated fence for the 3 gate entry exits, pedestrian sidewalk and small area between the gym and the band. And new fencing will not allow for easy access for students in the courtyard and into our building. And we're talking the section where the buses are next to the band area, but now you go toward what used to be homemaking, I believe it's F or GF, and there's a small courtyard there. Well, we can't find the gate where it is. Somebody removed that gate, nobody knows who took it off or whatever. So we do have a big void there. So, but once we do cover it up, it's gonna be a challenge because it's gonna have to remain locked. So everyone's gonna have to go in through that other entrance by the buses. But we've talked about strategically putting our administration. So as long as somebody's there, then we will be able to open it up. But it's other than that we're gonna run into some concerns. But, you know, I'm confident that Mr. Galvan and his staff will come up with a plan of action to
Vaughn,
address that.
it's Ms. Lopez and her staff.
No, it's high school.
Oh, at the high school
Yes,
over
ma'am.
there?
Yes, the
At
high school.
G?
Yes, F and G, yes.
On that side, there's the gate that's there, you said it's completely removed?
The gate, the fence is there. The
But
gate,
the
the
gate is
sidewalk
gone?
that takes you to where CMP is, before you go up the ramp.
I thought you meant
Yeah,
that.
the gate's gone and nobody knows where it went. We've looked at our maintenance department and it's nowhere to be found, so I don't know what happened. It's, you know, but it is, but we are going to secure it, you know, but it's that gate. Yes. Yeah, no, ma'am, no, ma'am. Yes. Any other questions, concerns, or comments? Yeah, well, I just like to say at the end that we really do appreciate the support we're getting from the board and the leadership that we're getting from Ms. Servion and the administrative staff over here as well. They've been very supportive of all the safety concerns that we need to address from the state, and I think we've done an excellent job. I think we're 4 for 4 right now.
And that's
So-
what I was gonna ask you. You wanna talk a little bit
We're-
about the
yes,
intruder
we've had
audits?
4 audits, and we're excellent on all 4. So, you know, we have 14 more to go. It's a big district, but it's something that we build on every success that we receive on that report. We call a meeting with maintenance, and we actually thank maintenance, because they have a lot to do with it too. So I want them to be part of the celebrations and part of the achievements that we accomplish here in our district. And they're very appreciative of that, of those efforts. But we really thank you all for your support, because there's still a lot more coming, and we're gonna work diligently to ensure the safety of everybody involved in our district.
You wanna talk about the safety plan that was accepted by TA?
Before we do that, I have a question, because you made reference to the intruder
Alert, yes,
audits.
audit.
I thought those are gonna be sporadic but
No,
it's
they are.
not for every single campus, is it? They're
My,
not
my understanding, I went to a conference 2 weeks ago. They said they're gonna hit every campus.
every campus?
That's, yeah, and it kind of threw me for a loop because you think of all the schools.
Yeah, but
In the
then
state
you,
of Texas.
you think about, statewide, and
Yeah.
that's a lot of campuses. You know, I can see
Yeah.
them doing, spot checks here and there,
Yes, sir.
within a district, but to do every single campus, that's a daunting task. I know in Riondo, we have 3 campuses, and they did 2 out of the 3, so I was not one, so I'm like, ooh, yoo-hoo.
Yeah.
But they may be back then.
Yes.
All right, all right.
The safety plan.
The safety plan that we sent to TEA.
Oh, the
and-
safety plan, our EOPs, we've gotten commendations, top 90 percentile in the state. So it's another great achievement for our district. And again, it does help when you have somebody that's very passionate, Mr. Flores, and getting the support from the top. And, because it does take, it's a total team effort. So I just want to celebrate that we're in the top 90 percentile in the state with those particular EOPs that we have submitted.
And what I want to say about, we have a lot of construction projects going on, and we've made a lot of adjustments. We're still making adjustments. And I want to thank Mr. Saldana and the entire maintenance department and Mr. Cole. We have been in some really intense meetings, let's put it that way. And I think that we're finally getting some of our projects back on and aligned, and we are going to be giving you more information on that as well. So I know that we'll have something coming up, just in case it comes out on committee concerns with our parking lot project as well. And we finally knocked that one out, I think, almost. And Mr. Weller has also been very instrumental.
Yes.
His assistance has been awesome when it comes to everything that we're doing with construction. So I just want to say that coming together and making sure that we get this done for our kids has been a priority, and I want to thank everybody that's been involved.
You're welcome. Thank you. Anything else? Thank you. Anything else?
2.2, or is that the same one that?
Yeah, he already went.
Yeah, I put them together. Yes, sir. Thank you.
3.1, committee concerns?
I have a comment, Mr.
Oh, go
Mr.
ahead.
Silva. Yes, sir. I just wanted to make a comment. We have a beautiful multipurpose facility, the largest in the valley, one of the largest in the state for high school. Maybe we can think about, naming it or coming up with a committee. For example, there's a lot of wonderful people in our community that come to mind that would be deserving of that naming. To me, for example, Robert Cortez comes to mind, but that's just me, and that's my opinion. I think maybe we should start as a board, collectively, just thinking about this, or coming up with a committee and coming up with names and thinking how, we can put a timeline on naming that building,
Is there a policy that we follow for that, Mr. Rivera,
Yes, we would have to get a committee together, and then there are certain parameters that we would have to follow. And now that the indoor facility is something that we're also working on, I think that we're going to have some more information on that soon, and it maybe even enhance it more so that it will be something that is long-lasting and worthy of anybody's name to be attached to it. But yes, there is definitely a process, and so I don't know how the board feels about already going into that process or not.
Well, yes, I was just bringing it up, like I said, it's been completed for almost 2 years now, and I know there's some stuff that probably needs to get ironed out here, but, at the end of the day, it was just a comment that I decided to make. Thank
That
you.
would be up to the board.
Okay, thank you, ma'am, appreciate it.